Hello guys, welcome back to another weather video. In today's video we're going to be updating you guys on the Atlantic. We have a lot to talk about with potentially two storms maybe possibly affecting Bermuda, one affecting Bermuda and one affecting the Texas area. So you guys can see I've been posting lately. I've been very busy with work and school. I'm getting back into the school session, so I'm trying to post as many videos as possible. I figure I'll post this one because this is going to be fun to post. But you guys can see we have disturbance 1 currently right now in the Gulf of Mexico. Has 80% chance of forming in the next 2 days. It's going to definitely make some type of coastal impact or landfall interaction with Texas. Going to cause a lot of rain. Some gusty winds up to 30 to 40 miles an hour. Definitely going to have some coastal flooding potentially because it's going to be pushing that water up. Nothing major, too bad. Nothing like life-threatening, like I said. But definitely some gusty winds because it's not going to have enough time to form. But it might become a tropical storm right before landfall. That's going to be determined. Like I said, we have to look at that. We go to Franklin. We're just going to talk about these real fast because I do want to make this a quick video for you guys because it is a lot of storms to fit into one video. So here we are on Franklin. You guys see this is the most healthiest storm here by far. You can see it's pretty big and it's pretty healthy. It actually looks like it has some type of rotation compared to all these storms that look like just little blobs of clouds. But you guys can see Franklin, this one is expected to make a sharp turn and gonna really dissipate once it goes over the islands of Bahamas. And you guys can see as it makes its way towards here, it might go westward of Bermuda, which is gonna cause a lot of rain and wind. And it's supposed to be a category, I believe, 1 right over there. Now, there has been some hinting towards models of maybe coming closer to the East Coast, like the Carolinas, Virginia, Maryland area. Not too close, nothing like landfall, but something like this. It might do something like this. Some models have been picking up. I know the latest GFS and European have dropped it, but it might do something like that. Even if you get something that like that, or even something like this potentially, taking an S that is a little bit closer to Bermuda, you're definitely going to have a lot of wind or a lot of wave interaction. It would be a good day for surfers, definitely in OBX. Like I said, it would be definitely some wave action over there in the Carolinas and Virginia area. So here we are. We're going to move on to the next storm, Garrett, and you guys can see really a big blob. Nothing really to worry about the storm. It's a tropical storm currently right now. It's going to make its way out to sea, not really going to affect anyone, maybe potentially Bermuda again, but even then, we're going to have a front that's probably going to kick in right here and going to kick it out to sea even more. We have to watch out for that one, look at the ensembles for all these storms. And then we have Emily, which is not going to affect any type of U.S. land or anything. It's going to really go out to sea and just say bye to us. And then we have our new chance of development, 40% in the next 2 days. And you guys can see that it's in the MDR currently right now, which is main development region in meteorology term. And you guys can see that it's going to potentially do some stuff. We are too far out to determine that currently right now. But, you know, we could potentially watch out for this one. I haven't really looked at the models for this one yet because it is such fresh. But if we look at the 7-day outlook, you guys can see that this one might take a... Okay, so the cone has bent a little bit more, but you know, you never know. I think it is going to take something like this and bend out like this. Like I said, here we are, that 80% chance of forming in the next 7 days. Disturbance 1. And you guys can see that it's going to affect part of Carolinas, Texas area and Mexico area. So we definitely have to watch out for that. So here's all the satellite imagery. I'll sort out all the storms that we're looking at right now. So you guys can see Garrett right here, Franklin, Disturbance 1 right here, and our new area to watch. And this is Emily right here. That's a lot to remember. You know, you're talking about 5 storms in one area. That's a lot to remember. But like I said, you could definitely see which one's the more healthier one in here. I will say that the Gulf of Mexico, the Disturbance 1, is starting to look a little bit healthier in the recent hours. Definitely, the MDR one is still trying to get his flow going. Emily, there's really nothing left of that storm. It's just really cloud cover. Definitely some rain, but it's not reaching. The storm's not high enough to reach the higher satellite imagery. Same thing with Garrett. It has partially, it's starting to it's starting to dissipate a little bit more as it makes its way to the Atlantic. So we're just gonna go on Mike's Weather page. I do like him. This is all credit to him. This is his website. I'll leave a link down below. Credits for him because I don't want to have too many tabs open on my iMac. So I really don't want to destroy it. It's gonna lag because I will have like 20, 30 tabs open just for all these storms. So here's Invest 91L. You guys can see the ensembles for it. Definitely in Texas. It's pretty straightforward. It's gonna make landfall within the next 5 days. It matters if it's going to become a tropical storm, which a lot of models are going to say that it could potentially be a tropical storm in the next, if you look at it. Some models are showing it. Some are going to say it's going to be a higher upper depression, lower tropical storm in the next probably 24 hours, 36 hours potentially. So definitely something to watch. But that's all for right now. Invest 91L. As we make our way to Franklin, here's the cone. As you guys can see, we currently have tropical storm watches and tropical storm warnings. You guys can see that as it makes this weird bend, it's going to make its way towards Haiti. And then it's going to affect it. But the problem with these islands is that it has tall mountains. It's going to destroy the storm. It's going to shred it up to pieces. Not as bad as some people think it is. It's still going to stay a tropical storm. But this cone is kind of tricky because it stops just perfectly. It's going to become a hurricane within the next, probably less than a week, next Saturday. But it's supposed to take some type of bend like this, S like this, and go something like that. That's what, pretty certain that's going to happen. A lot of models have been pointing at that. It just all depends what's going to happen after that cone. But it's definitely showing some bend. It's not going to do no straight shot like that in Miss Bermuda. Like I said, Bermuda, you guys are going to potentially get a lot of rain, a lot of wind with this, and a lot of surge, and probably, it depends how close it comes. Again, that's not 100% sure. We can't determine that yet. But like I said, I'm not going to say nothing about the storm, what's going to happen to Bermuda, but I'm going to warn you guys just to make sure you guys are in advance, to make sure you guys know advance. So you guys can see, here we are, here's the ensembles. Also with this one, if we look at the ensembles, here's that bend again. The GFS kind of brings it a little bit closer to the Bermuda area, like I said, and let's see, GFS ensembles. So here's Bermuda. Like I said, these are the ensembles for the GFS, and you can see we're roughly around 700-800 miles away, maybe 700-800, maybe 900 at the most. You guys can see these outlier ones. This is ran 51 times, and you guys can see that this is how they get their average. You can see more bunching in here. We do have a few outlier ones here. Outlier one right here. This is bad data, especially if it's bending like this. No storm's going to do that. Like I said, we're pretty certain that it's going to take that S bend right there. Now, it depends. A lot of storms can change overnight. Like overnight, it was doing something like this, and now it's changed again. All depends again. Like I said, not going to make landfall in the United States. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. I'm like 95% sure it's not going to make any type. We're definitely going to see some waves for it. It's going to be really good for the surfers. Here's a little quick imagery for it. You can see it's definitely getting its spin up right now. It's going to definitely stop for about a good day, definitely, because it's going to have to take that bend, which is going to slow down a lot. Here's Invest 92. You guys can currently see right behind, I believe, this is, right behind Franklin. And you guys can see that it's really going to bend off to the Atlantic. Not even nothing to worry about. They did make a cone for it, but like I said, it's going to be a state of depression. Like I said, here is Emily. Not going to make any type of landfall towards the United States whatsoever. It's going to become a tropical storm within the next 24 hours. It's definitely become a depression and die off because it doesn't have that dry air working in its favor. It has to be more over here where Franklin is to be a little bit more healthier. So here we are, and you guys can see let's take a closer look at the Gulf of Mexico. You guys can see that pretty much, the storm's looking a little bit better than it was 24 hours ago. It wasn't even formed 24 hours ago, to be honest. But like I said, as time comes, it's probably become a tropical storm. A lot of models have showed it becoming a lower tropical storm, higher depression, like I said. But we're going to take a look at tropical tidbits, see what some of the models are saying, get our averages, see if any potentially more storms are going to potentially start to form up. So there's this storm right there, disturbance 1, and we go to the northern Atlantic. You guys see this is GFS. We're currently 6 hours plus. You guys can see that here we are. Here's Franklin. Gonna make its way across the next probably 60 hours across the islands, becoming a storm. Hurricane right there, making that random S. Now this GFS run has it going on top of Bermuda. Last model had it going beside it. So it all depends, some models are showing that it's going to go on top of Bermuda. In this case, this would be really bad for Bermuda right here because, yeah, you're talking about a good category 1, maybe a low end 2. Potentially here's, and then you guys can see right here, that's, which one was this? God, I forgot. This was Emily, this was Garrett, yes, Garrett. It's going to get picked up by a front, and same thing with Emily. It's going to kind of closely follow. It's going to stay there and try to make its way. Now, we do have something to potentially worry about over here in the Florida area. Something may be forming, hasn't been showing a lot of models. It's been everywhere, so there's nothing to talk about. I'm not going to talk about that right now. But, like I said, if the European does not go that far out. But, like I said, if you look at the wind and velocity, you guys can see that really we're not in no threat of the United States getting any type of landfall besides disturbance 1 that's in the Gulf of Mexico right now. But that's going to be a wrap of the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, like, subscribe, share this video. I know there's a lot to fit in one video. Like I said, just want to update you guys on anything. Nothing really going to be making landfall towards the United States. Not much to worry about with these storms. Maybe Bermuda, that's the only thing to worry about. I will keep an eye out on Franklin for you guys to make sure you guys get the latest updates. Same thing with Mexico and Texas. You guys are going to definitely suspect some rain. Maybe a tad bit of flooding, coastal flooding, because of the water being pushed up by the winds. Gusty winds up to 34 miles an hour. Rain's very possible for parts of Texas and Mexico. Not much to worry about right now. Like I said, there's still some things that need to happen in the Atlantic for some storms to start making landfall towards the United States. Like I said, the MDR is pretty active, it's getting there, but these fronts keep pushing these storms out, and that's what's kind of killing these storms off. But anyways, guys, until next time.